What's up guys, it's Casey McKeown back again with another video this week. If you're new to the channel, I am a licensed real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I moved here in the summer of 2017. About a week later, I got licensed. Although I was a high school teacher and coach for that first 10 or 12 months, I quickly transitioned in 2018 to doing real estate full-time. Now at the time, I joined a new brokerage. Back in 2017, a lot of people hadn't heard of it. A lot of people didn't truly understand the opportunity. But me having about 12 months under my belt of looking into purchasing a rental property, I understood passive income and the power of passive income. Now the brokerage at that time is Exp Realty. Now Exp Realty, I'm sure you all have heard of now. It's grown to about 25 or 3,000 agents, which is what it was at the time I joined, to almost 70,000 real estate agents across the world. Now I was with the company and I have nothing bad to say about Exp. It was a tremendous opportunity for me to grow my real estate business and make a ton of income with their additional sources of income. But in October of 2020, I made a huge jump from a company that I had started to generate a ton of income from. And we're not just talking the traditional income that you generate being in real estate, being commissions. Exp was the first company to really put out revenue share and stocks. I had generated a lot of income from stocks, and I had generated and started to grow a good amount of passive income through their revenue share opportunity. But I decided to leave all of that and join a new brokerage about 12 months ago called Real. So fast forward 12 months, obviously my business has continued to grow, but the opportunity at Real has turned into an absolutely life-changing opportunity for me. And today I'm gonna break down what the last 12 months of being at Real Broker has done for me and done for my business. So what I'm gonna talk about in this video is the 3 streams of income and what I've been able to do with those 3 streams of income in just 12 months at Real Broker. So first things first, commission. That's the typical way real estate agents get paid. As you know, most real estate agents are commission-based. The only way that we can make money is if we close a deal, whether it be an investor, a home buyer, or a home seller. Now, as far as transactions for the year of 2020 to the year of 2021, there's not a ton of change locally in my market. But as kind of every market in the entire United States right now, every market has gone up. And I'll tell you, the Dallas-Fort Worth market, my average sales price from all of my transactions in 2020 versus all of my transactions in 2021 has increased over $100,000. So a lot of people, what they'll tell you to do in real estate is find a market and continue to increase your sales price. For me personally, I've even had people reach out via DMs or just on TikTok or just in general and tell me, hey, you need to get into luxury. For me personally, I would much rather deal with investors. I would much rather deal with first time or second or third time home buyers, individuals that I can connect with on a more personal level, do 70 transactions there rather than do 10 or 15 luxury deals and have less people that know me, less of a sphere, and in turn, less people to refer me future business. But because of the market and its increasing value, I have increased my sales price from 2020 to 2021 by $100,000. Now, what that attunes to is a little over $200,000 in additional income this year versus last year when we're talking about commissions. Now, I won't spend too much time on commissions because that's gonna vary from agent to agent. That's also gonna vary based on the fact that whether or not you get 3%, 3.5%, 2.5%, 2%, or your market, because commissions at the end of the day are completely negotiable, and every single buyer and every single seller are going to differ as far as what it potentially winds up paying you as a real estate agent. But the point is I have increased my sales price largely in part due to the fact that my market has continued to appreciate. Mostly what that has helped in is obviously me selling and purchasing homes here, but also it helps me with my investment properties and the appreciation and equity that I now have in them. Now, the real conversation with what I've been able to do at Real Broker within the last 12 months comes to the stock grants, as well as the revenue share opportunity. So Real Broker itself, if you're a licensed real estate agent in the United States, I would definitely pay attention to this. If you're not, just go ahead and follow along and kind of get an idea of what my brokerage is giving me back when it comes to stock. So first things first, Real Broker has stock grants. Stock grants are either going to vest in 3 years or they're gonna vest in 12 months. There's kind of 2 different opportunities. Real Broker allows you to bring in agents. So if I bring on an agent to my team, or if I bring on an agent from anywhere in the country, I get a certain amount of stock. Now that grant vests in 3 years. Real Broker also grants you stock if you cap. I cap every single year as a relatively successful agent in my market, and I do it pretty quickly, so I get granted stock that will vest in 3 years. Every single year I do cap. So you have stock grants with bringing in agents, and you have stock grants with capping. Capping means you hit a certain level of production. Now, the top tier production, which is called elite status with Real Broker, you also get stock grants. Now, the stock grant amounts that you get for bringing on an agent or capping will continuously change. Last year it was 2,000 shares for capping and about 1,000 shares for every single agent that you brought on. Then the stocks went down to about 1,000 shares for capping and 500 shares for every single agent that you brought on. That's going to continue to tier down as we grow. But my purpose was to get into the company as early as I possibly can, accumulate as much stock as I can, and then down the road, just like I did at EXP, sell that stock at a high value and make a ton of money. So over the last 12 months, I've been accumulating a lot of stock by bringing in agents, and I've accumulated the stock that I got for capping, and I just hit my reset year, so I'll be getting the stock again for capping in my second year. But the huge opportunity with stock here is that elite status. That elite status, the cap that you pay, or the money that you pay, or the money that I paid Real Broker was $12,000 a year in my cap. If you hit the elite status, you actually get that $12,000 back and an additional $12,000 in shares. So the grand total is actually about 16,000 in shares plus an additional 8,000 in shares if you meet their cultural requirement. So the grand total is $24,000 in shares, when in reality you only paid Real Broker $12,000. So they're essentially paying you 2x in shares that'll vest in 3 years by paying them 12. Now, I will make a caveat here. Not a lot of agents will hit that top tier status. It's requiring me to do probably about 15 to 18 million in sales. This year I'll hit about 25, but not every single agent's going to be able to hit that top tier status. That's why they're able to pay you more than technically you even paid them. Now, those are stock grants. Those stock grants are going to vest in 3 years. So honestly, I'm just seeing it as kind of a savings account or a stock account where I'm just not touching it and seeing the stock grow hopefully over time to when it does come that they do vest, and maybe the stock has 2x, 3x, 10x, 20x. I'm gonna be sitting pretty with all the money that has come in from all the grants that I've received. Now, on the flip side, Real actually allows you to buy company stock out of the commissions that you closed, and they will also bonus you grants as well. So what that attunes to is before my cap, and this may get a little bit confusing, but before my cap, I can purchase about $4,000 out of my own pocket, out of my own commission, and they will bonus me 25%, or equivalent to about $1,000. So I buy 4,000 out of my commission checks, and they'll grant me 1,000. That is granted to me at about a year vesting period. After you cap, Real Broker actually allows you to contribute an additional $15,000 out of your own commission check towards stock. That they will allow you to bonus 50%. So I personally last year paid $15,000 towards company stock, and they bonused me $7,500 in free shares. So I purchased 4,000 and I purchased $15,000 of stock from Real straight out of my commission check for a total of $19,000. Real then bonused me $1,000 plus the $7,500 for a total of $8,500 in free share that will vest in about a year. If you're not a licensed real estate agent, all of what I just said may have just been complete jargon to you. So what I'm gonna do is just give you an idea monetarily wise what Real Brokerage at the end of the day has been able to do in just 12 months. And keep in mind here, the company stock with Real is REAX. REAX is the company stock that we have, and it's right around $2.20. To give you an idea, the previous brokerage that I was at, I joined about $2.50, maybe $3 was the share amount at the time. It went all the way up to $160. Now, do I expect Real Brokerage to go all the way up to 160? Honestly, I am not your stock expert. I'm not gonna sit here and assume that Real Brokerage's stock will get any additional value. Obviously, I hope it does. If it does, it's going to continue to increase my stock portfolio, which is going to make me a happy camper. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be able to be given stock by a company, and a lot of the stock isn't even out of my own pocket. So at the end of the day, I have spent $37,000. That includes my cap. That includes the money that I spent right out of my commission check to be bonused, as well as the $6,000 that it takes to be able to hit that elite status and be given back company stock. So a total of $37,000. I'm looking at my account right now, and I'm sitting at about 45,000 shares in just 12 months with Real Broker. Now you can imagine what 45,000 shares can do at $10, at $20, $50, $100. It gets really, really fun if our stock price can continue to rise. But on the flip side too, I'm gonna continue to accumulate as much company stock as I can, because at the end of the day, it just doesn't cost me much to begin with. Now I left revenue share for last, and there's a reason for that. That's the third source of income that I can generate from my brokerage, and honestly, it's the most exciting. Now to break revenue share down for you, revenue share is an opportunity where you can grow the company, bring in an agent underneath you, they then can bring in agents underneath them, and you're able to collect off of each single agent you do bring on. Now there is a caveat, you do have to have enough agents on your front line, or agents that I personally bring in, to be able to collect on each tier, but the tiers are 5 levels deep. Now what this is it's giving the opportunity for agents such as myself who have gotten in early to be able to bring in agents, grow the company, build the culture, and then be able to profit off of the revenue that the company actually makes. So what the company is doing is they are generating revenue and then turning around and paying that revenue back to some of its strongest performing agents, as well as the agents that have brought in a handful of agents as well. Now, when I initially joined Real, I had brought over a ton of agents from my previous brokerage, as well as some other agents that were with other companies that just weren't happy. Initially, I think I came over with about 25 or 30 agents underneath me, but I wasn't collecting on all tiers. I had to bring 10 on my front line in order to unlock tier 2, then bring 15 to unlock tier 3, 20 to unlock tier 4, and finally 25 agents that I personally have brought on in order to collect on all 5 tiers. Now to give full transparency, it took me actually 10 or 11 months to collect finally on that 5th tier, or to truly open up all 5 tiers of the revenue share opportunity with Real. So I just finished up my first year, but throughout that year, I was kind of unlocking each tier. Tier 1 obviously was unlocked immediately, but I had to grow a little bit to unlock tier 2, 3, 4, and I just unlocked tier 5. So moving into year 2, I'm excited because I'm gonna be able to collect on every single agent underneath me, having all 5 tiers unlocked. Now the fun is when you start to bring in an individual such as I have in San Antonio. I have a good friend of mine that I was with previously in my last company. I brought him over here, and he has brought himself over 100 agents into Real. Now over 100 people are also 100 people then that fall into my revenue share. And my revenue share, those 100 agents I'm collecting on, even though I had very little, if not honestly a lot of work put in to bring on those 100 agents. Now I know those agents, if they ever reach out to me, and I've spoken to a lot of them, I obviously provide assistance, have a good culture, relationship with them. But at the end of the day, it's his work and his effort to bring in agents and hustle, just like it's my effort to bring on those 25 agents on my front line and provide as much opportunity and culture and help for them as well. Now, if you include the agents that he has brought in, as well as the agents that I personally have brought in, as well as the other folks that have brought in agents underneath them, I'm almost at 200 agents starting year 2, and I'm excited to see what that's going to mean monetarily wise for revenue share for the next 12 months. But again, the revenue share opportunity is for licensed agents, and in the first 12 months with Real Broker, I was able to pass over 6 figures in passive income just from my revenue share line. And again, my revenue share and the organization has grown from 25 agents when I first joined Real about 12 months ago to about 200. So last year at this time, I was only collecting on about maybe 10 of them because of the 25. Some of them were on my tier 2 or maybe tier 3. Now starting year 2, I have 200 underneath me, and I'm collecting on every single one of them. Now, obviously my intention is to continue to grow this. It's only been 12 months. So sitting back here, I did have a annual goal this year to hit about 250. So I've got, a little bit more time this year to hopefully hit that goal. And I'm thinking I probably will. But starting in 2022, I'm going to continue to grow that, as well as the agents underneath me. They're going to continue to grow the company too, where that passive income of initially just 6 figures, I would say probably in 2022, or really the next 12 months, I'm probably looking at $250,000, if not $300,000 to $400,000 in just passive income off of the revenue share stream that's offered from my company. Now, again, these are are complete speculations, and I'll update you kind of as time goes on. But at the end of the day, passive income is king for me. Passive income is what I'm trying to generate from any kind of source of income that I do make, whether it be rental properties, whether it be YouTube, whether it be TikTok, whether it be revenue share from my brokerage. At the end of the day, if you're generating income while you're not working, I mean, what's better than that, guys? So at the end of the day, guys, just to sum everything up, I've made over 6 figures in stock alone. I've made over 6 figures in revenue share, and I've increased my sales price with Real Broker to include an additional $200,000 in income just from my commissions. And that doesn't even include the commissions that I had already generated from 2020. So honestly, guys, 2021 has been an incredible year. I'm looking forward to 2022 to be able to look back at this video and just see how far I've grown being with Real Broker for 2 years. But I can tell you right now, the first 12 months at Real Broker, not just monetarily wise, I've also connected with a ton of great agents. The agents that we have and the culture that we have at Real Broker is tremendous. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to build financial wealth and forever wealth. And Real Broker and the brokerage I'm with right now is helping me achieve that way faster than I could have ever imagined. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below, whether it be about getting licensed, whether it be about Real Broker itself. You can also reach out to me via my email, or you can reach out to me on my Instagram. I'd love to answer any kind of questions you have. No kind of sales pitch included. I'm not here to recruit. I'm here to attract great people and great agents that want to be part of a great culture and a great fit at Real Broker. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out any way you can, and I'll see you guys in the next video.